Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a traditional LIM 3-hour iron liver match.
Score at this time is 1-all.
2-all.
PX3, Danny 2.
2 hours remain, and the score is 4-all.
5-all.
We are 6-9. Hey, nice. 6-9.
Pretty good score. I'm gonna put that right there. DJO. Is this literally not Danny? Ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 hour remaining in the 3-hour iron liver match. Nobody, and I mean nobody, puts Danny in the corner. A half hour remains in the 3-hour iron liver match. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 10-minute warning of the 3-hour iron liver match.
Holy shit, the sun is out.
What the fuck is going on,
Who made the sun go dark?
Who made the sun go dark?
Who made the sun go dark? Who did that?
What?
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 Oh, shit. Ow, ow.
Hey! Zip! Hey! Oh, shit! Oh, no!
No, Sip.
Ah! Oh! Hey! Ah! Ow! Shit! Ow! Ow! Oh, do it! I dare you! Ow! Oh, he's doing big! BX! I've seen
And according to this, he has 13. What? What is that on your head? Sit back. I didn't even have any of those. The Blair is spotted cow. This? Your 13th beer? It was a white claw. The score at this time stands 12-12. Danny? Danny, your pain's me. I have no choice this time but to disqualify you.
Are you seriously cheating? Are you seriously cheating? Get your ass over here! Get your ass over here! Right fucking now! You're seriously gonna fucking cheat!
Hey, he's
You
disqualified.
son of a
He's
bitch!
disqualified.
You son of a...
He's disqualified and he's ejected.
Bullshit. Horse shit, Gabagool. Horse shit. Absolutely fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible, man.
Take your belt.
Come here, Gabagool! Come here, you! Come here, you!
The one fair.
Come here! Come here! Come here! Come here!
You won fair and square.
Come here! You're gonna shove me! You're gonna fucking shove me, you little bitch! You're gonna fucking shove me, you little...
The following podcast has been recorded by LIM.
From taverns across Chicagoland to St. Joe's Park in Joliet to the world of podcasting, they're upholding the good name of Chet Gunderson and letting the old styles flow. They are the lovely, intoxicated men. And this is the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast.
Folks, what do you hear? What do you say? Tony Gabagool here for another episode of the Lovely Intoxicated Podcast. I'm joined with several LIM members. I'll introduce you to them one by one. First of all, we got the master of the shell shock, Mr. The Amazing Turtle. How are you, sir?
I don't know. Am I really the master of the shell? Of course, I would mess it up, right?
Now we can hear you. Are you the master of the shell shock? I don't know. I believe you are you not?
I don't know. According to the name over there, Double J, he's shell shocked Double J. So
Oh well, we'll get to why he's shell shocked in due time. We will, but I'm glad to have you here, Turtle. You're a wise man to the LIM, and we need you now
Try to
more
be.
than ever. Yes, we're gonna get your opinion on a couple, 2 or 3 things down the road here, and also present tonight another LIM member. He is none other than Maximus Orion. How are you, sir?
I am good. I am very tired, as you can see, with the gigantic dark circles under my eyes, but that's what construction does to you.
Yes, I know. I know all about Greece and the Union. So you keep at it, kid. In due time, you'll get a nice paycheck.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yes. And last but not least, shell shocked Double J. How are you?
I am good. I have my name as Shell Shock Double J because Turtle is here and he's shell shocking everyone everywhere he goes, man. So that's why I'm, had to honor his presence by
I
doing
don't
that.
discriminate when it comes to shell shocking.
Yeah, the
No
shell
discrimination on my end.
anyone can catch these shells, as he says.
He's a shell
Catch
of a
these
guy.
shells.
Shell of a man. Now, folks, I did fail to mention the LIM leader is well, he's somewhat present, pseudo present, I guess you could say. His picture appears. I got a text from PX. Lord only knows what he's doing, potty sniffing or something. But he said that top fans don't need to appear on the podcast. All they have to do is record it. So yes, top fans. Well, gentlemen, you've had some time to reflect and watch the Iron Liver match that came out over the weekend. I'll get some of your thoughts on it. I know I have my thoughts about it. Anybody want to start off in particular? Double J, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, why didn't you let me know when it was happening? I've tried messaging Pat, tried messaging Danny to get information on this so that I could be present, hopefully make sure that this thing went down the middle, and no one told me what was happening. And then as we saw in the video, you kind of dropped the ball on a lot of stuff. Thomas Foolery did some foolery. You got heated with your personal side of this whole situation. It did more to fracture us than anything. You were way over your head, bud. What's going on?
Listen, I wanted to show to you guys that I could handle a couple Ackerman brothers and a little bit of Thomas Foolery, but I failed. I'm man enough to admit it to you guys. I never went to referee school. I barely got out of the school with the nuns without getting hit with the meter stick. So, I'm man enough to admit I was not the guy for the job, but I put forth my best effort, Double J. And when you say my personal beefs got in the way, I don't know what you saw, but I think I kept it pretty calm for an Italian.
You got in PX's face and you're fighting with each other. That, what are you talking about?
That's calm for Italian, actually. Yeah. Is PX dead in a trunk?
Well, we don't know that. He's not even here. Who's to say that,
Somebody had to start the recording. Unless the dog took his phone and texted Gabagool, somebody had to start the recording.
Gordy does more than what he's been doing over the past few months, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's true, but still.
Turtle, you have years and years and years of experience as being a great and reputable and having integrity as a referee. Would you give me some feedback on where I went wrong?
You took your eye off the prize, pretty much. You were more focused on PX and your personal vendetta, which I get sometimes. It happens. I've been there. But you did drop the ball, and not only did you were distracted by your personal grievances with PX, you kind of forgot that Danny a little bit better than a lot of us. When did he ever in his life drink White Claw?
That's chicanerous and deplorable that you would think that he would drink a White Claw. What is he, like a 19-year-old at a college party or something?
Yeah, I really did drop the ball on that one, guys. I didn't see it coming.
I mean, he acts like a girl sometimes, but he's not.
Yeah.
Not when it comes to his alcohol, no.
I mean, what really threw me off was the spotted cows, and but then I thought, you haven't been to Wisconsin, but that it makes sense for Thomas Foolery. He travels for work, so that's the next point I want to make is this Thomas Foolery guy. He comes and goes, and every time he comes, he causes so much Thomas Foolery. I mean, who named him? Should his parents have known better when they named him Thomas Foolery?
Yeah, I mean, unless they were being very intentional with how they were naming him. I mean, what are the other Foolery Senior and Mother named?
Right. I know he's got an older brother named Loki or something like that.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
He's got a
Should have
sister
been watching
named
him.
Harley Quinn or someone along those lines.
Harley Quinn Foolery?
Yeah. So, and then there's Mama's Foolus and Papa Foolus.
Foolery.
Foolery, sorry.
What the fuck?
They're from the other side of town, Maximus. I don't get over there much.
They're on the outskirts of the neighborhood. You don't really see them too much.
I mean, with all this, you saw PX's reaction at the end, and it was quite ugly. We haven't seen a PX like that. And yeah, even Baby LaGreca's upset.
A drunk one?
The drunk and aggressive and up in my face. I thought he was going to kiss me at first.
I'm surprised he could even get up that high. He had to stand on his tippy toes.
He had his Skechers platforms on that day.
Oh, not his knockoff Jesus sandals.
Actually, he did have those ones.
Oh, those are so bad.
Yeah, that's really the worst thing about this entire thing is the sandals have returned.
Is that he looked like he tried to fit in if he time traveled back to when Christ was alive and he was walking around with those fucking sandals and jeans and a t-shirt and a plastic championship, and even Jesus is like, what the fuck?
It's like, I absolve everyone's sins except you. Except you.
Right, except he just lifts his head up from the cross, just except PX dies.
Yeah.
So I dropped the ball. Where do we go from here? My Operation Crazy Rock failed. We couldn't get the title off of him that way. I couldn't get the title off of him by being special guest referee. At this point, the LIM is doomed. Thank you, Baby LaGreca.
I mean, we can't be doomed. There has to be something we can do.
I mean, you guys could challenge for the title. I can't anymore. My pride and my ego got in the way.
He won't accept my challenge.
You know what the bad thing is? It's too bad that Prime Bill Shelley is not around, because Prime Bill Shelley could drink this motherfucker under the table. I was there to see it when I was 5 years old. Dude could polish off an entire case by himself and not even have the drunk face going. Oh, if only we could go back in time and get that guy. Because even with Chet, he won't win.
Prime Bill Shelley would have been our Bruno Sammartino. He would have held that belt for 10 years.
See, Gabagool, you're losing perspective. You're too focused on this championship. We have to figure out how we can bring the LIM back together. I need you to just get that big, bald, shiny head of yours out of your own ass and focus on this. Focus on something other than your own personal vendetta to get this title, the title that you instituted, all that, whatever. It's important, but it doesn't matter right now. You didn't tell me about the Iron Liver match. I had to find out on social media the day of, when I'm hours away and can't participate or assist at anything. With a match like that, you should have at least had 2 referees. But then also, why aren't you asking Turtle to be there? One of the best referees in the Midwest to at least join you. You're so focused on your own shit with PX that you're just losing perspective on everything. And sure, the top fan can sniff my ass all he wants because he loves potty sniffers and booty licking and whatever it is that he's talking about. But you need to
breathing.
Whatever. Same shit. It's just all coming out of his mouth. You need to stop focusing on just your person, because he's a detriment to the LAM right now, but you are driving as much of a wedge into it right now as he is by solely focusing on that and not losing perspective on what is important. If you're supposed to be the one trying to step up and be the leader of us, you're not doing a fucking good job, sir. Now I have doubts of you trying to lead this organization. Fucking Danny might be better at it at this point. He hasn't lost perspective. He's put his best effort out there all the time. When he has an objective in mind, he focuses in on it. Are you trying to tell me that you're not better than Danny at this point? Because like, who are we supposed to be leading us right now?
Well, Double J, let me just jump back a little bit. Why I even brought the title in was to have fun. I wanted to have fun. I wanted there to be drinking games, and I wanted us to have something to show for all the beers we drank besides the empty cans and bottles. And it's, oh, geez, see, he's really upset about it. Go ahead. Yeah. So I wanted it to be, something that we could display. And PX just held the belt up, but I'll get over that. Double J, I got a plan, right? It's an election year. We're all about plans to boost public morale and to boost mobile and all these different things. I say we get all the LIM guys together and we go to Hooters.
Get us all together. Have you even talked to Danny since the Iron
Didn't
Liver
those
match?
close?
No, Hooters is still open. I was just
I
there.
guess it's just the one by me that did. Okay, never mind.
Turtle, are you in for a Hooters?
Hey, I'm down for Hooters.
See, that's the spirit.
Yeah,
I might make it amend that to Texas Roadhouse because I could really use some of those fucking rolls.
I mean, we'll do a double header. We'll hit the Hooters first.
That's
and
fine.
then
Get the carbs in there before the alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But if this is all well and great, but have you talked to Danny? Because I've been trying to call him and I haven't heard from him. Have you talked to him?
I have not, but it's on my list of things I got to accomplish before Thursday.
On your list, why didn't you try to talk to him that day, right afterwards, when the wound was still fresh? Talk to him. No one checked in on him at all.
I had to get out of there because you saw how chaotic it was, and well,
okay. Sure, but you're a parent. You need to be able to keep your head level, keep your cool when a toddler is screaming at you.
I mean, I got one right now, and it's I'm trying, Double J. I'm trying.
Fucking try harder.
All right, I will. I'll try harder. I'll call Danny when we're done, and I'll get things smoothed over.
I'll believe you when I start seeing it, man. Jeez.
Anything else from the match? How about the dance number? Did you guys? That was probably the best part of the whole match. We all had fun with that.
I almost went blind watching those two attempt to dance.
Yeah, if I wanted to watch idiots all dance, I would just sit in a Fortnite lobby for 3 hours.
Nobody puts Danny in the corner. Except for PX.
I hate that reference.
I guess the only other thing that I can think of in hindsight, and in the moment I was upset, but looking back on it now, I guess it is good that Simp put PX into a full Nelson, but that's kind of where the chaos started.
Honestly, at that point, I would have just let it go.
I was on the verge of disqualifying him, but I knew I had to let this thing play out.
But how could you disqualify him? It's a beer drinking contest. It's not like
there's no match rule.
It's like not a match rule. It's just he has to drink the beer. So why would? So like how does that make sense? So that's not even like a true competition. If it was just like a true straight up drinking competition, any shenanigans that happen outside of the beers put back doesn't fucking matter.
Nope, you got 3 hours. That's it.
Yeah, 3 hours, drink as many beers. Whatever happens is whatever happens. The only thing we're counting is that. And then it's, if you truly wanted to get the belt off of PX, you should have just let Simp keep him in the full Nelson because none of you could break that. That man types and hacks away. He's got iron fingers. He's got the finger strength of somebody who really knows what they're doing. So you just let him hold it there. Danny gets the kickback, knock back a couple of brewskis, and the belt is off of the top fan.
And then maybe those White Claw things wouldn't have shown up.
Yeah, and then you would have been able to keep an eye on that wackadoodle Thomas foolery so he wouldn't have pulled those shenanigans that we saw in there. It all goes back to you losing perspective.
Working.
I failed. I've said it, and I own up to it. And, how we move forward from here, Double J, Turtle, Maximus, do you have any ideas besides the Hooters in the Texas Roadhouse, or is the LIM fucked at this point?
I have an idea.
Yeah, you don't want my idea.
Well, maybe it's a version of my idea.
It's not.
We just take PX. He's not that big or strong. One of us can easily just like pick him up by his earlobe, tie him to a ring post, and just let Marche chop his ass until he gets some sense into him.
All right, I take that back. That was close.
I knew it'd be kind of on the same wavelength.
Okay.
When whoever we could get, go to a show and be like, hey, get your practice in. We're gonna tie this little dork over here and just use him as like a punching bag.
Oh yeah, we'll let Shogun hit some of those roundhouses on his chest too.
Exactly. Take the guys down to Wrestle League who are in training. They probably are doing some very stiff chops and stuff.
We'll
just let them work.
We'll just run a Wrestle League practice right before on the Friday night before Rocket Pro, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. See how much of a top fan he actually is. He won't be able to hold the belt up anymore, that's for sure.
Hold it up.
Yeah,
hold it up, Baby LaGreca.
Hold it up. That's right. I'm just trying to get everybody back on the same page. I just want to have fun with you guys. That's the whole reason why when I was a founding father of the LA, I just wanted to hang out, watch Rocket Pro Wrestling, go down to IPAW, listen to JFW, the classics, the things that.
But then you had to get all personal about it. It used to just be fun, and then you had to also introduce this championship in the first place. You jumped the shark here, to Gabagool.
This is not even jumping the shark. He said he made this for fun. Look at the championship. That's clearly for fun. That's modified something from Target. That's for fun. Now, where PX is letting the Target championship take his head, that's the problem. It's not the title with beer holders. I mean, that's like arguing over one of those hats that holds your beers at the Cubs game or the Sox game, whatever.
They got it.
The problem is PX's head. And then he's letting this go to his head.
Yeah, cut his head off.
We don't need to look at that demented Caillou fucker anyway.
Our luck, he's just going to keep doing shit and dumping beer down his empty neck hole then, like a fucking chicken.
Get the suds stuck in that weird neck beard he's got going on.
I don't know what else you guys can do. I really don't. I'm not the king of making peace. I'm the king of instigating and holding a grudge. So, I mean, that's where my Italian kicks in. I'm 65% and I get a lot of it from my mother. So there's a lot of grudge holding there. The championship really doesn't mean anything. So it's not like somebody holds an office by holding that title, except lead alcoholic.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
That's not an appointed office.
I say we do move on, and I put my ego aside, and we just we have fun again.
And if they want to join, they can.
We also just need to.
Just about anybody. There's a couple, Santino. Well, fellas, that's about all I got. I appreciate your time and your consideration and for hearing me out
show
on
without him fucking
damn it.
What the fuck is Joey Roth doing here with that damn neck brace? Somebody throw a briefcase behind him like Mr. Brady in that episode.
It's still mine. It is still mine. Yeah.
Still plastic.
I was a little upset about what happened. And then I saw the vlog and I realized that Thomas was just doing me a favor. And he didn't necessarily tell me, but foolery works in mysterious ways. And I know you guys probably want me to address the elephant in the room. And,
your head?
And it is true. Smiley McGee has finally picked a side, and here's the clip to show it.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry that I have not been around a lot lately. Been being Mr. Fix-It the whole summer here at Indiana Beach. The reason I'm not with y'all on the podcast tonight is because the American Triple Loop has broken down for like the third or fourth time this summer. But I'm here to at least address what I told you I would address tonight. And that is the ear of corn that I sent to Tony Gabagool. But Tony Gabagool, you've been asking, everybody's been asking, which is why I told you all to can it. I want you to know, my vote by sending you a piece of corn was to tell you to stick it where the sun don't shine. My vote is no, and I respect the top fan.
Yeah, Tony, shove that corn he sent you right up your fucking ass.
I would have been intimidated if he hadn't fucking stuttered his way through it. And by the way, PX, you look like Christopher Moltisanti if we bought him off of Wish.com.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
No, that neck bracelet's familiar.
Totally,
Did you borrow that from Joey Roth?
I cannot stress this enough.
Why does he look like a
You're an
Muppet
idol.
when he
We
does
know.
that?
I cannot stress this enough. I still cannot fucking stand the idols. I'm not an idolizers. Does this belt say idolizers champion? There is an I right here, but
It doesn't exist.
but it doesn't stand for idolizers. It stands for intoxicated. And it was pretty clear that between me and Danny, I was clearly the one that was more intoxicated. The one
after half a beer.
Here's the thing, okay? I went on an empty stomach that day, but it was all part of the plan. I needed Danny to get a little cocky. And by making him think that early on that he could drink me under the table, he did get a little bit cocky now, didn't he? I saw it.
He was winning.
He
was
winning. I mean, yeah, it was 6-9, which was nice. And Danny was the 9 in the 6-9 anyway. That sounded really weird. I digress. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from that. Point being, end of the day, yeah, he did drink a lot of beers. He did get really close. But thanks to Thomas' foolery, even with everything that happened, it wasn't going to be enough. But here's the thing. I not only now know that I have Thomas' foolery on my side, but I also have Smiley McGee on my side. My best friend. Somebody who's going to stand with me in good times and bad.
Cool. 2 people that are like never around.
Yeah, you got Sergeant
Go,
Scudder, and then
PX.
the guy who's an uncle who's not allowed within 100 yards of a school. Like,
Wait,
what are
which
we?
one is
Hey,
that? Wait,
I'll
what?
have you know it's
All
50
right,
yards.
shut up, you Muppet. That's all I hear is beep, 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 beep.
And you guys are talking
Beep, beep,
about.
beep, beep, beep,
Hey,
beep.
here's the thing. You guys are talking
Phenomena.
about. You guys are talking about bringing fun back to the LIM, and that's great. You know what? I'm all about. Top fans
Nice
are all
voice
about
crack.
having fun. Top fans are all about having fun.
Playing
But
it with your own shit in the toilet
here's
is
the
not
thing.
what we're talking about.
Shut up, potty sniffer. The whole
You got me there. I'm telling the
thing.
teacher.
The whole thing is you guys still don't see the bigger picture of
And
what
what's
I
that?
talked about. You guys are growing complacent. You guys are getting soft. We need to make sure that we are remaining the top fan group in all of Rocket Pro Wrestling, in all the Chicagoland area. I'm the one that's putting in the work. I'm the one that's going to shows. Where are you guys?
Running
Getting our
a
name
show.
out there.
Running a show.
But I'm talking even outside of Rocket Pro Wrestling.
Even Baby LaGreca's calling your shit right now.
Here's the thing. Like, think about it this way. Maybe the top fan is getting a little too big for Rocket Pro Wrestling. Maybe he needs a bigger pond to swim in.
I could
Sounds
push you
like-
in.
Sounds like a resignation from that backstage correspondence thing. He's
Oh.
too good for that.
Easily
no.
just take his head into that
No.
bigger pond and just fucking hold it there
Not quitting.
until there's no more bubbles.
I'm not quitting, but it's a thought that's crossed my mind.
You've thought about quitting Rocket Pro?
I've thought about how maybe I'm bigger than Rocket Pro now.
Oh.
I can't get over how much he looks like a Muppet when he fucking moves like that. Holy shit.
I mean,
bigger
here's the
than,
thing.
Bigger than Rocket Pro, bro.
Here's-
Nobody except the 3 people in my stream know who the fuck you are when you join shit.
Here's the thing. I have been LIM champion for 221 days.
Okay,
This
Roman
title
Reigns.
was given to me by my brother. I am the longest reigning LIM champion. I have had a longer reign than my own brother, who gave up the title because he said no one in the LIM can hold the title other than the top fan. And I have been carrying this group on my back ever since.
We should have just let Damien beat the shit out of you.
The LIM is, you guys were saying that day that the LIM is nothing without me.
Who said that?
Have you ever thought about it this way, that you guys are something because of me?
Oh, I thought he was going to say something else.
Have you thought about that?
You better not be talking to me.
I'm talking to Double J and Tony.
Oh, okay.
Not everything's about you, potty sniffer.
Okay, but you can't point at the camera and say you when there's 3 of us other ones on the fucking show.
All right. Schematics aside, you guys are something because of my work. And Tony, I'll give you this. You are showing some leadership skills with some of the things you've been doing. But clearly he's not the leader. I still am. I am still firmly in charge of the LIM. Whatever anybody wants to think, the top fan is still in charge of the LIM. No, not yet.
No, I have a genuine question.
Sure, go ahead. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. Could you repeat that?
Wow.
Anyway, let them figure it out. It's gonna take a minute to figure it out. So, Tony, I'm gonna give you this. You are showing some genuine leadership skills.
That didn't take me long. Alt A.
Anyway, Tony. Anyway, you're showing some leadership skills, but clearly you have a very dissatisfied member of the group in Double J. Double J, I was kind of listening to things. Double J doesn't sound too thrilled with the way you've been handling yourself. You're too focused on this. You can't even have this. Why are you focusing so much on the one thing that you can't have?
Because I want to take it back to its roots and make it what it's supposed to be. I want to take it back to us having fun with it, us having, games in my backyard where we play cornhole and we play beer pong. And, the guy who shoots the best for the night, he gets to take that home and, make a couple funny Snapchats with it, spill a couple old styles on it. No problem. It shouldn't be your whole identity. I didn't step on it. Somebody
not keeping it in your possession and letting somebody step on it, a mouth breather.
You let people steal it from you all the time and leave it under chairs. What are you talking about?
Well, at least I keep it in my possession.
No, you don't. I've been to shows where people have literally ripped it out of your hands, and you sat there like a sad little girl, not being know what to do.
Damien Saint was outside with it.
Exactly.
Well, you were inside doing whatever.
Jump off the high seat, you little turd.
Yeah, I don't need a game of Blues Clues to figure this shit out.
So you guys want to talk about Kid Show, and that's cute. I mean, I heard you call me Caillou. I saw you in the Sling Blade chat calling me Caillou, Double J, and that could be further from what I am.
Yeah, he's wearing a white shirt.
Exactly.
He's not successful as Caillou is.
That's true. Caillou's probably a millionaire by now because of that
beloved
show.
by millions everywhere. Like maybe 2 people know who PX is outside of RPW.
Maybe going to see a therapist for his narcissistic personality disorder, which I don't have.
Who, Caillou?
Or good
Caillou
enough insurance to go see a therapist.
Caillou is a textbook narcissist. I mean, let's think about it. He always throws a fit when he doesn't get his way.
PX.
I don't do that.
Yeah, you do.
He bites his sister. I have never had any issues with any of my siblings, and that I have one of them.
And it's not a girl.
I count the dog.
Oh, shit!
Wait,
Greca.
Wait, was that the alarm for Maximus shutting his ass?
No, that didn't sound like Deneen.
Yeah, that didn't sound like Deneen at all.
I don't think Denine's a full-grown man, but that's okay.
No, she is a very, very lovely woman who provides merchandise to the kind boys and girls at Rocket Pro Wrestling.
A Damian Saint ass kisser, but hey, that's another story.
Are you still seriously butthurt about what happened at Kicks on 66, Turtle?
We're not talking about
here.
that.
Let me prove this.
We're
Here,
talking about
hold
you
on.
with your dumb.
Let me prove this a second.
Don't slander fellow LIM member Turtle.
You know what? I'm gonna prove that I'm not a narcissist like Caillou because I'm not. I'm about to not make it about me.
Trying to prove that you're not a narcissist is narcissistic.
Taking the spotlight. Yeah, exactly. Tell us how you don't steal the spotlight. Well, you're the only one able to talk.
Here's how I am not a narcissist.
Turtle, you help Turtle through this problem here that he's clearly having.
God, so you're gonna give unsolicited advice to Turtle about his problem because you know best.
I'm gonna do what top fans do.
Travis T over on JFW gets a lot of things incorrect and has a lot of incorrect assumptions about people, but sometimes he hits the nail right on the head that you are pretty self-centered.
Anyway, Turtle, we're here. We're a collective LIM family. Talk about what happened to you at Kicks on 66.
We don't need to talk about that right now.
No.
Summertime.
Kicks on 66. We went over this shit.
You brought it up unprompted. Clearly, there's still some unresolved issues there. And
all I said was somebody was an ass.
I
just said someone was an ass kisser. We were talking about somebody else.
You brought up Damian Saint, and it must have something to do.
I brought up Damian Saint.
It was a fact. I was speaking of fact. Something you don't do.
It must have something to do with the fact that you have unresolved issues when it comes to you losing to Damian Saint at Kicks on 66.
And that's neither here or there, so we're not going to talk about that right now.
Yeah, management has that situation handled.
Well, how does it
make... We will talk about it when it's like August, early September. We'll talk about that. We don't need to talk about that right now.
But how does it make you feel, Turtle?
All right, Dr. Phil. Let's move on.
I feel with my
Don't
hands,
insult
okay?
Dr. Phil like that, Gabagool. Jeez.
And he's walking off our show. So professional.
Fucking water, you fucking stooge. You've seen my room. I can't even go that far.
That is true. I will give you that.
Yeah, thank you. We're poor over here.
Now, Maximus, I want to address a couple of things that you've said recently.
Yeah, I've said a bunch of shit, and I'm not.
You were talking about how this thing just being a hunk of plastic. You talked about how it's a gag, that it's a joke.
No, I didn't say it was. I did not call it a joke.
The implication was that it was a joke.
No,
the
implication was it's not an actual championship, okay?
The implication, because of the implication.
And I know my way around a gag, and that is definitely not a gag. Okay.
This is a title that represents our group, what we've built, where we've been, how far we've come. This title belt has as much value as the Nova Award that sits in my kitchen.
I'm pretty sure it didn't cost as much as that fucking Nova Award sitting in your kitchen.
It has the same amount of importance to me to be the LIM champion as it did that the Mouth Breathers voted the LIM to be the rowdiest fan group, and I'm sure they're damn well gonna do it again.
Oh, that's a good way to ensure your votes go to the fucking idolizers.
You're gonna slander good people that take the time to watch this shit and pay money to go to Rock Pro Wrestling, and you're gonna knock them and call them mouth breathers. I'm not gonna let you do that on the show, man, and none of these guys are either.
We all
stand against that.
Hold on.
When White Girl Wasted wins this time,
all right,
it's all on you.
Turtle, that's not fucking happening.
Tony,
no.
Tony,
I will
really
make
quickly.
up a fan group just so that doesn't happen. All right, so don't scare me, please.
Tony, I have a question for you. Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the voice of reason.
Actually, that would be me.
You wear zebra stripes for 3 hours and you think you're king shit.
Fuck is king shit?
Gotta
You're
look. You're looking
at
at him.
It's the
I
top
got
fan.
enough decency. PX, I got enough decency not to knock good people who watch our stuff. That's what I am.
Here's the thing. You could have very well punched me in the face.
And I didn't.
Should have.
But he
That
didn't,
shows
that's the point.
weakness.
No,
That
it
you
shows
didn't
restraint.
stand up.
You
It
don't
shows
know
restraint.
Italian, sir. That was the utmost fucking showing of strength. Thank you. Holy shit. The fact that he didn't beat you with a wooden spoon and then shove it in your ass. Oh my God.
Notice how Maximus could do that without stuttering through the entire threat. That's more volatile than whatever.
That's why
Smiley
I'm not
did.
a coat rack.
It's true.
I know the shortcuts, motherfucker, to give it.
Tony,
That was
I'm
easy.
just going to make this very, very abundantly clear. Don't ever, and I fucking mean it, don't ever overstep me again.
And I overstepped you when?
You overstepped me when
I
you
gave
tried,
hey,
when you were so
when I
focused on
gave
this,
you-
when
hey,
you
when
were
I
so
gave you-
focused
when I
on
gave you
this,
the win?
that because you were so fucking anal about having this on your shoulder that you tried to turn the whole LIM against me when I had to do what I had to do. And then you made me defend the LIM beer drinking championship against my brother. In your words, you said this is going to happen. And then you had to make it all about you when you inserted yourself into it by making yourself the referee.
That if you think for 1 second I overstepped you, look who's still wearing the belt. Because of me and my decision that I made. You should be saying thank you to me because your brother would have won. And rightfully so, he
Really?
did win.
Really?
He did win.
He did?
He did win.
He won? The score on the
Technically,
board
yes.
was 12-12.
Yeah, after Thomas Foolery had his dick beaters in there
No,
and was messing
even
with his
before
cans.
even before that, 10-minute warning. The score was 12-12. Thomas probably forgot to put the extra dash for Danny. That's kind of how I've interpreted it.
So you just admitted that he cheated?
Oh.
I didn't. Here's the thing. Here's
You
what-
just literally said.
He'll edit that out, folks.
Here's
I'll be in
here's the thing.
comments.
No.
He's gonna doctor the tapes. We got Limgate on our hands, everyone.
I had no knowledge, clearly, that Thomas Foolery was going to do what he did.
You showed up with him, and you're telling me you didn't talk to him about what he was gonna do?
This is the one thing that I'm going to say that is going to be honest. Honest to God, cross my heart, hope to die.
I hope you do die.
Thomas did not tell me that he was going to do something like that. That
He
is the
should
truth.
not have been involved.
And if you ask
He's not even a
Thomas-
member of the LIM.
Yeah, why was he there? The dog had more of a right to be there than he did. And the dog can't swear in.
Here's the thing, Thomas, let me
Put
just
that belt around the fucking dog.
let me tell you guys a little something about Thomas. Let me, as we say in the LIM, explain the lore of Thomas Foolery.
I don't want to hear no boring ass.
Last summer, I'm gonna, mute you. So
that was easy.
So
Motherfucker.
Thomas was a podcaster, and Tony, you remember this because you and I were there.
Oh my God, get to the point.
They were. I'm just gonna mute you again because you keep interrupting my story, and it's really pissing me the fuck off.
They were running a podcast called Boners Brews. All right. Do you recall? That's what he's getting at.
And didn't hear from him for a little while after that. He showed up at Fan Access. He was in the crowd. He bought a ticket for Rocket Pro, even though he wasn't going to be able to be there for the whole show. But he was there. He's seen what we did. He has respect for what the LIM's all about. And he came to me and gave me Simp's gear. That's how I got Simp's gear for Operation Crazy Rock. That all happened through Thomas Foolery. And so because I know he is a trainer, I brought Thomas Foolery in to prepare me for what the lovely intoxicated mouth breathers were going to try to do to get this title off my shoulder. Because Thomas sees things the way I do. Exactly. It's kind of scary how similar we are. He sees the bigger picture. He's not even involved. Why the hell can't you guys see that we are growing complacent? Because I can stop being this. I can stop being the top fan at any point, but you guys got to fucking listen to me, because what I'm saying is true. I'm being persecuted here. I've had my title. Threatened to be taken off my shoulders by Tony Gabagool. I've had Tony, who is clearly a biased ref. If you listen to every time that he would talk, he was clearly favoring Danny in that whole thing. He told Simp that he fucked it up. He told Simp twice. Once when he didn't realize it was me, and once when he had me in the full Nelson, which is why I'm wearing this neck brace. So Thomas,
I thought it was from bending over and sniffing too many potties.
Here's the thing. You're blaming Simp for your own failings. That's not what leaders do. That's not what top fans do, even.
You blame Gabagool for everything. Yeah, the fuck are you talking about? You just blamed him.
I am the fucking hero of all of this.
You know what this reminds me of? What's that fucking movie where the hero becomes the villain and the villain? Megamind.
Yes.
That's PX right now. The good guy that's supposed to save everybody turns into the fucking douchebag, and the evil guy, because he actually has a heart, turns into the fucking the hero. That's what. Okay.
I'm not a bad guy. I'm a top fan. I just want to make that clear. I want to make that clear.
Top fan of what?
When it comes to professional wrestling, I am the top fan. I am the gold standard for what a professional wrestling fan
are you?
Be.
Oh, okay. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time, if that's what it is then?
Bret Hart.
Okay, so you're going to side with the fucking whiny little bitch boy that doesn't let anything fucking go. That's who you're going to side with?
Here's the thing. He has a good reason to. Vince McMahon screwed him out of the title and didn't tell him. Goldberg
I wouldn't have either.
Kicked him in the head, and we all know Goldberg is unsafe.
Okay, but that was an accident in a fucking match.
It wasn't an accident.
Do you see me fucking blaming your dad Flash Harris because he fucking broke my fucking orbital bone when he told me he was coming in with a forearm and he hit me with a fucking giant bicycle knee instead? Do we see any of that? No. Do you see me continuously bitching about it? No.
Well, let's talk about Goldberg a little bit, because
I don't want to talk. I don't like Goldberg either. He fucking almost killed The Undertaker, okay?
There you go.
But The Undertaker isn't holding a fucking grudge.
Now, when Goldberg was on Who Killed WCW, if anybody watched that show,
WCW killed WCW.
What Goldberg said basically was, with him working stiff, and this is where we're talking a little behind the curtain now. Goldberg said, essentially, that if someone got hurt when wrestling him, it was their fault. That's what he said.
Fantastic.
Instead of...
Bro is still crying. I'm not even talking about Bret Hart, okay? Because at least Bret Hart is up here. You are the fuck down here. Why are you still bitching about everything? Just because he's your favorite wrestler does not mean you need to take after him and continuously bitch and hold grudges.
But when it comes to the LIM, I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best that ever will be.
Baby LeGreg might have you beat in fucking 20 years, bro.
Could happen, 19. But for right now, I am the gold standard.
19.
And I'm not going anywhere when it comes to LIM.
You're going to need a little practice after year 21, though. Come on. What's he fucking do? Of what?
Of this group. I have been carrying this group on my back. I'm still carrying this group on my back. And no matter what anybody says, Tony Gabagool is not the leader. Tony Gabagool is not the LIM champion. He has shown more respect. Well, no, I can't really say that, considering, Double J, dropping pipe bombs a little bit ago. But I am owed the respect for bringing LIM to what it is today. And why the hell am I not getting that?
We owe all that we are to Chet because he gave us a chance to become what we are today. You didn't do anything. You all started by going to shows and just having a good time, but Chet is the one that opened the door for us all. So don't you ever dare take away what Chet gave to us.
It's true. And Turtle, whatever sign you're putting up, you got too close to the camera, I think. Thank
Tony
you for your
leader.
vote of confidence.
What? Seriously, you know what? You know what? I'm going to do something about this. Really? You're going to have him be the leader? Nope, Turtle's gone now. Turtle's gone now.
What the fuck was that?
And you know, you keep rubbing him the wrong way, you're going to be off of JFW.
Oh,
yeah, then you're out of that one.
Oh, you mean like how Turtle is out of the Lovely Intoxicated podcast for this episode?
Ooh, I'm sure he's so fucking hurt and he's going to go cry.
Kind of like how Maximus Orion is out of the Lovely Intoxicated podcast this episode.
You better be careful, man. You're ruffling feathers. You do not want to mess with the bird that owns them, is all I'm saying.
I just want a lot of disrespect to me.
What's there to respect in the first place? You just kicked out Turtle and Maximus, two of the men who have outstretched their hand to you to offer a great opportunity to you, and you just spat in their hands.
You know what? Double J, you're right. I am spitting in a lot of people's hands, and I'm just going to say this, you swallow.
Pat, I don't know what you're doing, man, or what's getting into you, but you're turning everybody away, and Double J's just trying to be a voice of reason. We all are.
Yeah?
This isn't you. You've never been like this before. I just want my old friend back, and we get back to the basics. I know I was in the wrong. I admitted it before you came on. I know I've been a pain in the ass, and I know I took the belt too seriously, but I'm willing to move forward and have fun with this, because that's what it was all about.
Here's the thing, Gabagool. Here's the thing. I am what you guys made me. You did this. All of this is on all of your heads.
PX, I can see that to a point, and I can hear what you're saying. But I know for damn sure I'd make a better champion than you any day of the week.
It's a shame that you'll never get the chance.
What did I just do?
It's got to be in here. No. No. Come on. Double J fan. RPW koozie. No. Aperol. Oh, I said I'd never drink that again. Snitsky. Adidas. Adidas, this. Anderson. No. Volume 87. I don't really got time for this. Gotta find it. There it is. PX. I can't believe you're making me do this.